Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel, where we bring timeless stories to life. Today, we have a wonderful tale for you, a story that teaches us about wisdom, loyalty, and the true meaning of value. It's called The Wise Parrot. So, get comfortable and let's begin. Once upon a time, in a bustling town filled with the scents of spices and the sounds of trade, lived a very rich merchant. This merchant had accumulated great wealth, but his most prized possession wasn't gold or jewels. It was a beautiful, vibrant parrot. This wasn't just any parrot, it was extraordinary. Its feathers shimmered with the colors of the rainbow, and its eyes sparkled with an intelligence that seemed almost human. In fact, the parrot could speak just like a person, and its words were not mere imitation. They were filled with remarkable wisdom every single day. This amazing bird played a crucial role in the merchant's household. When guests arrived, the parrot would greet them with a cheerful and polite "Welcome to our home." This never failed to surprise and delight the visitors. But the parrot's talents went far beyond simple greetings. It was also an incredibly vigilant guardian. With its sharp eyes and even sharper mind, it kept a constant watch over the merchant's home. If it ever sensed danger or saw someone suspicious lurking nearby, it would immediately alert its master, effectively warning him of potential thieves. The merchant adored his feathered companion. He saw the parrot not as a pet, but as a dear friend and a trusted confidant. He provided it with the finest seeds and the freshest fruits, and its cage was a gilded masterpiece, spacious and comfortable. He would spend hours each day talking to the parrot, sharing his thoughts and listening to its surprisingly insightful responses. The bond between them was strong and built on mutual respect and affection. One day, an important business opportunity arose that required the merchant to travel to a distant land. This journey would be long, and he would be away for many weeks. As he prepared for his departure, a wave of concern washed over him. He worried about his home and the vast wealth stored within it. Turning to his trusted friend, he looked the parrot in the eye and said, "My dear parrot, my wise and loyal friend, I must embark on a long journey and will be gone for many days. The house and all my possessions will be left in your care. Please take good care of everything while I'm away." The parrot, understanding the gravity of the situation, looked back at its master with a steady gaze. It puffed out its chest slightly, nodded its head in a very human-like gesture, and replied in its clear voice, "Do not worry, master. I will guard our home with all my might. You can trust me." The merchant's heart was filled with relief. He knew he could count on his clever friend. With a final affectionate pat on the parrot's head, the merchant set off on his long journey, feeling much more at ease. The days turned into nights, and the parrot diligently kept its promise. It stayed awake and alert, its sharp eyes scanning every shadow and its ears listening for any unusual sound. The house was quiet, and the first few nights passed without incident. But the parrot knew that danger could strike at any moment, and it remained ever watchful. Then, one moonless night, the silence was broken. A group of thieves who had been observing the merchant's house and knew he was away decided to make their move. Under the cover of darkness, they silently crept towards the house, their minds filled with thoughts of the riches they were about to steal. They skillfully picked the lock on the back door and slipped inside, moving like shadows through the lavish rooms. They were confident that their heist would be easy, with no one there to stop them. But they had made one critical miscalculation. They had not accounted for the small, feathered guardian perched in its cage in the main hall. As soon as the thieves entered, the parrot's sharp eyes spotted them. It didn't hesitate for a single second. Taking a deep breath, it let out a series of piercingly loud shouts, its voice echoing through the silent house and into the still night. "Thieves, thieves, help! There are thieves in the house. Help!" The parrot's cries were so loud and so clear that they instantly shattered the peace of the neighborhood. Lights started flicking on in the surrounding houses as the neighbors were abruptly woken from their sleep. Hearing the commotion and the urgent cries for help, they rushed out of their homes to see what was happening. The thieves, who had been so sure of their success, were completely caught off guard. Panic set in. The last thing they wanted was to be caught by a whole village of angry neighbors. Without grabbing a single valuable, they dropped their tools and ran away in fear, disappearing back into the darkness from which they came. The parrot had single-handedly foiled their plan. Weeks later, the merchant returned from his successful business trip, eager to be home. As he entered the village, his neighbors rushed to greet him, all talking at once. They recounted the dramatic events of that fateful night for attempted robbery, and how his amazing parrot had saved the day with its quick thinking and loud cries. The merchant listened, his heart swelling with pride and gratitude. He rushed into his house and went straight to the parrot's cage. He found his loyal friend preening its feathers calmly as if nothing had happened. The merchant opened the cage door and gently stroked the parrot's head. "Oh, you clever, brave bird," he said, his voice filled with emotion. "You saved my home. You saved my wealth. You are truly the wisest and most loyal friend anyone could ever ask for." From that day forward, the story of the wise parrot spread like wildfire. It became famous not just in the village, but in the entire region. People would travel from far and wide just to catch a glimpse of the celebrated bird that had outsmarted a gang of thieves. They marveled at its intelligence and its unwavering loyalty to its master. The merchant's love for his parrot grew even deeper. He showered it with more affection than ever before, understanding that he had something truly priceless. He often looked at his parrot and would say to his guests, and to himself, "This wonderful bird has taught me the most valuable lesson of all. Wisdom and honesty are worth more than all the gold in the world." And so the merchant and his wise parrot lived happily. Their bond a shining example of the incredible power of loyalty and intelligence. What a beautiful story, isn't it? It reminds us that true value isn't always something you can hold in your hands. Sometimes the greatest treasures are the qualities we find in our friends, like wisdom, courage, and loyalty. Thank you so much for joining us for this story. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more wonderful tales. We love sharing these stories with you. Until next time, take care and stay wise.